Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. And if you haven't subscribed already, do the right thing. Hit that subscribe button and share the video, and definitely give us a big, fat, chunky like. Well, I try to tell you all, but you all don't listen. You all know it alls. David Haye's fine. He's going to fight Tony Bellew. He'll be fine. I said to you, I said it before, and I'll say it again. David Haye and injuries, and when you hear murmurs that the injury, David Haye's re-injured himself, I said it. I don't know how long ago I said it. I said for David Haye to come back so quickly and to have healed from his Achilles injury to fight Bellew in such quick time at the age he was as well, I thought was almost unbelievable. Now they're saying it's a bicep injury. Bullshit. I believe that it is the Achilles injury, and it wasn't a freak injury. It was an Achilles injury. I believe the Achilles injury did not heal as quickly as David thought it would do. Or if he did, he tried to put more pressure on it during training and discovered, no, you know what? I'm not right. Either that or his ass is gone. One or the other. But it's not the first time David Haye's pulled out of a fight. Once again, David Haye has come along sensationally and messed up Sky's plans. Listen, this guy, I think at top level, is finished. Finito. Done. No more. David Haye is finished. I don't know what more has to be said. Oh, yeah, but, you know, he can recover from this and come back again. Come back and do what? The guy's body is failing him. And I don't know if his mind's failing him too as well. Did I not predict he would pull out against Tyson Fury the first time? He pulled out. Did I not predict he'd get pulled out the second time? When Adam Booth was asked whether Haye would go through and fight Tyson Fury the second time round, when he pulled out the first time to fight the second time, Booth said, some people are full of shit. Guess what? Did Haye fight Fury? No! Right? People back again with this David Haye shit. Any man who can turn up after a fight to pull out his big toe and say to you, oh, look, this is why I've lost the fight, and not say, technically, I wasn't up to task, technically, I wasn't good enough, Vladimir Klitschko is just a better guy. Any guy that says that, you have to be concerned of. And let me go further into it. Further on with David Haye, did we think he'd improved or changed when he had that injury and he was out injured with his arm or whatever? No, he didn't, because he came back talking the same bullshit. He came back telling the world, oh, I'm going to fight Mark Demori, and he's never been dominated before. Yet a guy called Digger dug him out and chinned him in around. So what David did was go over world ground, but people believed him. Then he sold us the Cobra. They was unbeaten and he was a great fighter. Yeah, hold on. He was getting bashed up in sparring by Tyson Fury. I think Dillian Whyte as well. I think Tyson Fury bashed up in sparring. But people still believe in the Haymaker. And then we had the fight where we knew before the fight that something was wrong with David Haye. And now what happens? We heard about the Achilles. We heard about some injury to David Haye. Oh, the promoter said, what did the rival promoter said? Oh, it's okay. I spoke to Bellew's, Haye's team, and bullshit. From one bullshitter to another. Hearn's a bullshitter. Haye's a bullshitter. So they're the world of bullshitters. I hope and I pray that this fight, this show does go ahead, and Tony Bellew actually fights a genuine heavyweight. I hope his arse don't go now. I hope Bellew sticks out and fights somebody else. I don't know who we could put into the top 10 that would, maybe Bellew versus David Allen. I'd watch that. David Allen versus Tony Bellew. A genuine heavyweight. Why not? I mean, I don't know if it's top of the bill pay-per-view, but it's a fight. Dave Allen ain't got nothing much going, I think. Or is he fighting Lenroy Thomas? I don't know. But I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know where Tony Bellew goes. Does he really want to become heavyweight champion of the world? I saw Tyson Fury put up, does people want to see him and Bellew fight? That's not going to happen, man. Come on. Tyson Fury's not going to come back and fight Tony Bellew. Another one talking absolute crap. It's not going to happen. Only deluded Fury supporters are going to believe that Tyson's going to come back and fight Bellew in yet a couple of weeks' time. Where's he going to get rid of all that flab? Oh, yeah, but I saw him on the pads. He looked great. Come on, man. Come on. Seriously? So forget Tyson Fury and his I want to fight Tony Bellew. So I don't know what happens now. I got no idea what happens now. But I try to tell you, all you experts out there, so-called experts who are saying, oh, no, but Haye will be fit. What are you talking about? You're talking shit. Well, explain this one. Explain this one to me. Yeah, I am going to go in on you. I am going to go in on you. And do you know why I'm going in on some of you? Because some of you are quick to dismiss what I'm saying to you, quick to dismiss what I've got to say to you, and go with what the promoter tells you and what the other promoter tells you, and they're both full of shit. The minute I heard David Haye, injury, I thought, it's on. He's injured. And I don't think it's a bicep injury. I think it's the Achilles that went again. I really do. But surely, I mean, you can't be selling that fight. You can't be selling that fight now as pay-per-view. No way. No chance. You can't. You really can't. How will it be better? Forget Parker. Parker's not going to fight Bellew now. For what reason? For what purpose? And you need time to you've got fights that are going to have to happen now. You've got Scotland and Fielding. Is that fight going to happen? Is Joe Joyce versus Tom Little going to happen? I don't know. I don't know. Oh dear me, it's an absolute joke. Absolute joke. Really? Yes, really. It's off. Tubes. Hey, torn bicep. Forget. It's not torn bicep. It's his Achilles gone again. Torn bicep. I don't believe that bullshit. Might be naive, but could be genuine. Getting off stairlift. I heard it was because he was skipping. Freak incident skipping. He had to stop himself falling downstairs. Managed to damage bicep in process. That's bullshit. I don't believe that. Because when did this happen? Because remember, the story came out a week ago that he was injured anyway. So what happened? Did he re-injure himself? He said he'd been, the fight has been rebooked for 02 or March or May or 5th. Who wants to see that? Injured while skipping, Tony Bellew record. 1 fight, 1 win, 1 leg. Like I said yesterday, the guy is a clown. What's more fragile, Haye's body or Khan's chin? Haye has a great pull-out game. Difficult choice. Does anyone know the new fight date? Don't care. O2 Arena. Haye's a clown. People that are fan of him, get over it. Haye has always been a clown. I was going to put £100 on Bellew. Too damn. Really, that far ahead. That's the available dates to the O2 Arena, apparently. Clown. That's what I say. So the 17th undercard is still going ahead? God knows. If Warren keeps putting on cards like last Saturday night, then the tide will start to... The tide has already started to shift. I said before the first fight, Haye can't do a full training camp and 12 rounds of boxing. Fury said he may. Forget Fury. December 17th must surely be off. Parker versus Bellew not going to happen. Still pay-per-view, pay-per-view is off in my opinion. Dave Allen versus Lenroy Thomas was already cancelled for December 17th too. Okay, so why don't you fight either Lenroy Thomas versus Tony Bellew for the Commonwealth heavyweight title, or not Dave Allen versus Tony Bellew for some sort of interim title? Time for Haye to call it a day. I agree. As we've just said on Sky, they visit Haye in the gym a few days ago, and Haye was 100% full of bullshit. Don't believe them. Don't believe them. Do not believe any of them. I don't believe any of them. I don't believe them. I do not believe the bullshit, because so a week ago there was an injury. This week they cover it up and say he's okay. Absolute bullshit. Bullshit. Telling you, he was injured before that time. I don't think the Achilles healed up properly. I didn't see much training videos of David Haye training. Very quiet from Haye's point of view. Sorry. I don't. Do you believe David Haye? I can't believe. I cannot believe at this point people are still listening to what David Haye is saying and have the nerve to come back and repeat it to me. Come on. What was it the other day? Was it Johnny Nelson said that what did he say? Something about Joshua being like George Foreman? Come on, man. Don't come and give me don't come back repeating the bullshit that Haye says. If you want to believe that spinning bullshit that he gives you, then fine. Come and tell me about Haye and his bullshit. I don't believe for a second. I don't believe I think the Achilles went again. I don't think he's fully properly healed, and there may be some truth into what the doctor told him, where they said that he may not be able to not fit to box again. That might be a case. Haye may not be fit to box again, and maybe he's gone against what the doctor did tell him. So I don't hear nobody tell you what David Haye said, because if you still got the gall and the nerve to come out of hiding and then come and tell me, oh well, David Haye said. I don't care what David Haye said. I don't care what David Haye say. I don't care what Eddie Hearn says. I don't care what Alan Smith says. I don't care what Johnny Nelson, especially don't care what Johnny Nelson's got to say. Right? As far as I'm concerned, that's a room full of either company men or bullshitters. The fight will happen in a year when Haye has fully recovered from skipping accident. What? Skipping accident. Listen, your fans have to tell us, say, no more. No more, David. No more. Full of shit. No more. No more. No more. Enough. Enough of the bullshit. All those people have paid tickets, hard-earned money to get to go and see David fight again at the O2. Think about that. People taking time off work, book their hotel rooms, non-refundable. Hard-earned money, maybe taking them 6 months to save up to take their missus or their husband to go and see a big fight, and that money is absolute garbage. A man you cannot trust. David Haye is a man you cannot trust. If Alan Smith wasn't presenting Boxing the Sky, he would have been selling car write-offs. No, I don't know about that bit. He'd have been working for some political. He would have been a political editor somewhere, I think. Haye needs the paper. Mad, his ex-wife took off his ass to the cleaners. Yeah, probably so. Sick and tired of it. I don't want to hear no more about David Haye. Enough. And you know, do yourselves a favor. Do yourselves a real favor. When you listen to the bullshit that David Haye comes out with, take a step back and think, this guy, let's look at the history of this guy and the stuff he said. Really? Really? Then you look at him and say, really, David? Or is that what it is? I want to know. I want someone to get a camera and a microphone and ask him some real hard questions. Stick Whyte in with Bellew. I was thinking that, but Whyte just fought Hellenius, and that very tough fight he had against Hellenius. I'd like Dillian Whyte to fight Bellew. I can't see it happening though. Who else could you call in to fight Bellew at this moment? I would actually like to see Tony Bellew fight a genuine heavyweight. And Lenroy Thomas is a guy I like to see. Yeah, he gets pulled out. You know, but when David Haye does a pull out, look to see what his next move is going to be. If David Haye pulls out this fight, look to see what his next move is going to be. When David Haye pulled out to fight, who did he pull out to fight? He pulled out with a back injury to Vitaly Klitschko, and he ended up fighting Bellew. He pulled out against the Manuel Shah fight to sign the Fury fight. He pulled out the Fury fight. And what did he do after the Fury fight? And then he came back and done some other bullshit. So just watch to see what David Haye's doing. Don't see Bellew waiting around for a rematch in March, April. Maybe next time he'll hurt himself getting into the toilet. Who knows? I think there's too much at risk for David. If he got his ass kicked by Bellew again, it's all over, and his promotion goes down the drain. Not good. If he needs more money, just release a sex tape he did with Booth. Haye should stick to promoting and give up boxing. He got Joe Joyce to earn him a few quid. Bellew versus Luz Ortiz and Povetkin, 1-on-2 matches. Oh, dear me. Dear me. I know what. I know how I'd sell this. Tony Bellew versus Eddie Chambers. Eddie Chambers, Tony Bellew. That'd be a good fight. Get Eddie Chambers in against Tony Bellew. And then the winner fights Anthony Joshua in March. What do you think of that? I wonder if we could slip in old Eddie Chambers in for Tony Bellew. Not a big heavyweight. He's just fighting a cruiserweight, so he move up to heavyweight. Should ask if Eddie Chambers to take the fight. What else is Bellew going to do? Retire, fight for him as well? I don't know. I want Bellew to fight a genuine heavyweight. I mean, a genuine heavyweight, not a blown up cruiserweight, a proper heavyweight. And what I mean that is that somebody who's been at the weight and a genuine heavyweight, not injured, a good heavyweight. I'd like to see him fight. Because I'm not convinced of Bellew at all. Really not as heavyweight. I'm not. So anyway, I think that's about it. Bellew versus Price. Imagine Chambers cleans out Hearn's heavyweight division by 2018. Briggs would fight Bellew tomorrow. I know. Briggs would fight Bellew tomorrow. Never going to happen. Yeah, we know it's not going to happen. He's probably going to get... Oh, Joe Joyce, Tony Bellew. Ingram, surely this means it's Crawler's time to step up to heavyweight. This kind of thing Matchroom like to do. A mouth-watering contest. End of the day, they will both wait on each other. One last payday for both because Tony gets cleaned out by the cruisers. Don't get me started on heavyweights. I agree. Is Bellew versus Chambers pay-per-view, Ingram? Well, I don't actually think Tony Bellew versus David Haye's pay-per-view, to be honest. I don't. I don't think it's pay-per-view. I don't. One guy hasn't fought for X amount of time and against bums. Last competitive fight was in 2012, which was against Chisora. And Bellew, well, he wasn't even the best cruiserweight in the world. As soon as the best cruiserweights, opportunity for him to prove he's the best cruiserweight, he ducked out and came and fought a heavyweight. Bellew isn't the even best cruiserweight, never mind legit heavyweight. There's my point. Adam Smith versus Bellew daring to be great. So you've seen what I've said there, and somebody just repeated it. So I don't know. Maybe you could get Joe Joyce versus Tony Bellew. I don't know. Tyson used to call that Bellew. Ingram, will Peter be training Tyson next year? Rumors Tyson may have a new different trainer. I hope not. Well, hey, I've called it already. I've called it already. People in here last night were saying, oh, well, you know, I don't think Tyson's going to get a new trainer. I'm calling it already. I think he will get a new trainer. At the moment, it looks like he is. I mean, if he's going to tick over, why doesn't he not tick over Peter Fury? None of Matchroom's pay-per-views are pay-per-view. Okay, he would put his nan in the ring with Bellew if the money was right. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you all. But do you know what? I'm happy. I'm delighted. I'm absolutely frigging delighted. I wonder who David Haye will fight now. Maybe Parker. He's blatantly got an opportunity somewhere else. Ah, Mr. Whyte. That's what I like to hear. Mr. David Haye, the opportunist. I wonder if David Haye would fight Joseph Parker now in the new year. I don't know. He probably has got an opportunity next. So you know what David Haye's about. But why would you do that right on the verge? I mean, he must hate Sky. He must really hate Sky. He must hate Sky or something, because to pull out again, well, you had the first fight, you pulled out and you didn't pull out. So what was so different between the first fight and the second fight with Tony Bellew? Oh, big mistake, Tyson moving from Peter Fury. And I know you've got inside knowledge. Well, I'll only say this much. From what I see, I'm sure Peter wants to pull them together. But I don't like the idea of Tyson Fury suddenly getting himself into shape at another gym. Well, why would you do that? He was earning good money for this fight. Yeah, he may have been. I don't understand the Haye setup. I'm sorry. I don't get it. I don't get these people who keep supporting him anymore. I'm done. I'm done with David Haye. Was thinking this, Ingram. Maybe Peter said, if you're serious, Tyson, get yourself in some shape. Once I see you, come back and see me. Yeah, I could possibly see that. I could possibly see that. That could possibly happen. That could possibly happen. But that's only one way. Haye might wait for Frank Bruno to make a comeback and then make it easy title shot. Haha. Yeah, that's a point. That's a very valid point there, Tosh Beer. I think it's very, very valid point. But it's disgusting. I mean, how many times now am I going to say things? People are going to laugh at me and then come back and say, oh, you got it right. How many times? How many times do I? And I'm not talking about fight predictions. That's different. Fight predictions are different. When you can see blatantly things are going on, it's the same. The reason why I maybe see things, it's the same games being played all the time, the same bullshit, same PR situation, because you've got the same people doing the same shit. So you can see what's going to happen. You can see it. You can see it. When did I not mention about this injury? Wasn't this injury mentioned about a week ago or a week and a half ago? Didn't I talk about the injury to you guys? And like, oh no, people are now, that's not going to happen. That's not possible. David Haye, he's fine. But I told you. I told you this, but you don't listen. Damn it! When will you people stop? When will you interview Peter Fury? Love them interviews. Well, when Peter can get back to me. I mean, I was meant to do an interview with him about 2 weeks ago. Man hasn't got back to me yet, so it's just down to him. And you know, I can only interview somebody's willing to do the interview, or somebody's got time to do the interview. So it is what it is. Simple as. I've asked. You know, so it is what it is. I love the interviews with Peter, I do, but here's what it is. It was like putting a cup of tea on a balloon and seeing what happens. No, it was like no. This situation with David Haye and Tony Bellew's injury, David Haye's injury. Do you know what it was like? It was more like putting a pin in a balloon, hoping it wasn't going to burst. That's what it's like. And I've got people. Do you know what? Let me put it to you another way. Some of the people I've got here, and I know that are listening, that probably won't comment now, and they're hiding in the caves, right? I've got people on this on social media, yeah, it's particularly on YouTube, yeah, that come up with some real dumb shit logic. You know, if you stick a pin in a balloon, it's gonna go bang. You know it's gonna happen. But there are people out there that will still argue down and say to you, well, if you put the pin in, it might not go bang, it might not pop at all. What? What? You know, it defies logic. You put a pin in a balloon, it's going to go bang. But people just argue, well, because, you know, it's Ingram. Get over yourself. Get over your issues. And just listen a little bit more. I don't get all my predictions right in terms of boxing predictions. But how many times have I predicted things in the media and they've happened? How many times? And I called it before it. I told you about Tyson and them belts. What happened? I told you he wouldn't fight in 2017. You all expected him to come back in 2017. I said in 2018, don't be surprised if he gets called out by Joshua and Tyson comes out and says, I don't need no flipping 8 training camp. I'll fight you right now. And has he not come out and said those words? And I expect Joshua to now turn around and say to Tyson, if you're a fighting man, well, fight me in the summer. Watch. Wait for it. I've told you already. Mr. Hey, I think Peter's taking a break from boxing until 2018. He needs Tyson. Tyson needs him. John and Peter, 2 great men. Indeed. Haye's absolute rubbish. Mr. Premature pullout. Haye's tongue follows the money like a toilet brush and goes after shit. The Mirror Man that he is and the Mirror Man fans chasing his image. Tossers. Ingram president. Nah, no, I'm not sure about presidency. Presidency means it wouldn't be in the UK. And no. Yeah, no, I'm not sure if that's a great position for me. I'll probably get assassinated the day I get in, so probably not a good idea. But yeah, I think I've made my point about Haye versus Bellew. Bellew, a special attraction pay-per-view fight. Who can you put Tony Bellew in at a short notice? I don't know. Will the pay-per-view even go ahead? I want to hear how Mr. Hearn's going to spin this one. You know, we spoke to the camp, you know, I was talking to David, you know, and, you know, he seemed all right when I last saw him and they said the injury was okay, but, you know, I can't control how David's body is, you know, it was a freak accident. We can't do anything about that, but the show must go on. And, you know, we've decided to bring in Captain Sponge for the, you know, and it's a good fight. It's not the fight people want to see, but if you look down the ratings, you'll see Tony Bellew's ways. You can see down the ratings, you can see it's a good fight. People will still see it. Some garbage like is going to come out. Who would realistically? Who would I like to see Tony Bellew fight? Anyone genuinely? I'd like to see him fight. I'd like to see him fight a special attraction about a special attraction. I would like to see him fight Lenroy Thomas for the Commonwealth title. I'd like to see him fight Dave Allen. A nice, good fight, British fight there. I'd be interested to see David Price fight Tony Bellew, but it wouldn't happen. Let me think what else. Derek Chisora fighting Tony Bellew. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but Chisora's licking his chops at the moment. Dillian Whyte against Tony Bellew. A lot of talking's going on. Why doesn't Tony Bellew fight Dillian Whyte. I mean, I see why not. Why not? Take the fight. Special attraction. Bellew versus Huey Fury would be good. Yeah, that's a good fight. Also, if Bellew did win, it would set up a nice comeback fight for Tyson. Okay. Bellew wants Haye rematch or heavyweight title shot versus Parker. Who's he to be calling any shots? Audley, Haye, Bellew triple threat match. Bellew used to pay-per-view money. He wants pay-per-view fights only. Chisora, very good call, mate. Bellew, Briggs Bellew would be good. Dillian Whyte. I say Dillian Whyte. Bellew retire. Bellew, Chisora, Bellew, Briggs, Bellew, Bellew, Bright Jennings. Bellew, Bright Jennings. Why not Bright Jennings? Whyte would run from Bellew. Whyte is very, very average. I think Whyte Bellew would be a good fight. Bellew versus Usnov for WBA regular title. Yeah, good fight. I'd take that. Why not? But you know, I don't know how realistic that is. Isn't Usnov fighting Manuel Shah for WBA? I'm sure those two are fighting. Don't ask me how. Luis Ortiz versus Tony Bellew. Special attraction. I don't know. Realistically, I tell you something. I think they knew he was injured and they were stalling for time. I think they may already have an opponent in place. Maybe they're stalling for time. They may have somebody else in place, because if I knew this information, listen, if I knew David Haye was injured and I'm sitting in my house in Ireland and I knew that a week ago, how in God's name, how is it that people don't understand that Hearn and his team would have known that? Huh? Tell me. You tell me. What about Michael Hook? Michael Hook versus Tony Bellew. Special attraction. I don't know. I don't know if they. I don't. If the injury was earlier than they've predicted, they've said, then maybe, yes, it's just maybe, possibly, they already had a fight. Yeah, Hearn denied it last week. Hearn may have denied it last week, but he may have denied it fully well knowing David was injured, and they were trying to stall for time to get another fighter in place. So what they did, stall it in time, told the papers, listen, hold back on that story about David Haye. Hold back the story on David Haye being injured. Let me give me some time to get another opponent in. And now you can run the story about David being injured. So it's an excuse for David Haye to push to one side, so then another guy can come in and take David Haye's place. So it's acceptable. You should invite Peter Fury to Ireland. I'm sure he'd show up. Hearn should make Fury Bellew pay-per-view May 2018. Bellew loses building up to Tyson Fury versus Joshua late 2018. I don't want Tyson anywhere near a world title fight in 2018 at all. Bellew is a cruiserweight. Well, is he? Haye said he fell down the stairs while grabbing onto the banister, which teared his bicep. I do that every Saturday, drunk and never get injured. For a guy who hasn't had that many fights, really, and at his peak, when only having fights once or twice a year, surprised me how many injuries David has had. Yeah, that's it. So I've said it to you people before, and I'll say it again. Either one or two things have happened here. How highly do I rate Dubois? Not very highly. I think he's got a bit of a heavy. He's got a hard punch in him, and if he's guided in the right way, he could be a legitimate threat in the heavyweight division. But I'm not a highlight fan, right? The AJ Carter fight, really, AJ Carter had no business being in the ring against Dubois. So I'd like to see Dubois against Sokolowski. I'd like to see him fight him. I would like to see Dubois hit somebody who's never been stopped before, like a Rudenko. Let's see him fight Rudenko. Let's see him fight in future a Vac, and a Whack, a guy who's never been stopped before. And if he lays somebody like that out, I think, boy, this guy is a serious puncher. But for now, he's a prospect, and let's leave him being a prospect. Let's leave Dubois being a prospect and let the guy grow. I'm not going to start boosting him up Let the guy grow. Let the young boy. He's only 19 flipping years old. Leave the boy alone. He's all right. He's okay. He's okay. But he's a prospect, and that's all I can say about him. That's all you can say, really. So that's it. My thoughts on David Haye and Tony Bellew. Bellew versus Rocky Creed Part 2. So it's one of two things. There's two ways of looking at this. They knew David Haye was injured, and these are my thoughts. All right, two ways. One, David Haye was injured about 2 weeks ago. Okay, Hearn denied it, and to the press, told the press, don't do a story on it whatsoever, and then went and looked for an opponent, found the opponent, and then said, then release a story now that David Haye is injured. That's story number one, because they're going to allow another event to happen so they don't lose on the pay-per-view. Or two, David Haye was injured, and they tried to find an opponent, couldn't find an opponent, and now they're going to cancel the pay-per-view. Those are the only two ways around it for me. David Feathers had more comebacks than the prostitute standing on my street corner. Father Time gone, waits for no man. It's simple. Huge fave that Haye, but the clock's gone on him now. It has. He's finished. That's it. David Haye's career has been wasted in nightclubs and bars and womanizing and all the rest of it. His career is done. Finished. Finito. Sorry. Best of Haye's over. All that has to happen now for David Haye is to get knocked out, like laid out unconscious. That's all it is to close the chapter off, like to get laid out Stavern style. And Bermain, getting laid out Stavern style is it. And then people will stop holding on to them stupid, their memories of David Haye back in the day where, you know, he fought Mormec and he knocked down John Ruiz. Them days are over. Back to the cruiserweight. But listen, Bellew ain't going nowhere near the cruiserweight division. Should Bellew have entered the cruiserweight Super 8? Not if you wanted to come out alive. Dillian Whyte just called that Bellew. That's it. So I think Dillian Whyte and Bellew should happen. That is worth, well, I wouldn't say it's worth pay-per-view, but they should fight. Dillian Whyte, Tony Bellew. Make the fight happen. Make the fight happen. Dillian Whyte, Tony Bellew. That's it. That'll be worth pay-per-view. Dillian Whyte came off a fight against Hellenius. And December? Dillian Whyte, Bellew. That's it. Don't want to hear no more. So that's it. You want a money fight? Let him fight Dillian Whyte. Because Dillian Whyte's the money man, remember? So let Dillian Whyte for Bellew. That's it. Dubois is next to shine behind AJ. Well, I wouldn't be so sure about that because you've got a guy called Nathan Gorman. You need to look at Nathan Gorman and what he's doing at the moment. A decent heavyweight there. Bellew doesn't belong in the heavyweights. Haye versus Bellew, that's ridiculous. No, it's not ridiculous, mate. It's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. You don't understand business. It is not ridiculous. It's exactly the reason why Haye Bellew has to be made. Dillian Whyte Bellew's going to be made. Have you got any other suggestions, my friend? If it's ridiculous, what suggestion have you got to save a pay-per-view card? Huh? You tell me. If it's ridiculous, what are you going to suggest to all those people who have paid money to go and see David Haye fight on the O2 Arena? What suggestions have you got? Probably none. Yeah, so I think Bellew versus Dillian Whyte is a good fight. It's a good British shootout, and it's a winnable fight for both guys. What do you think of Fury calling out? I don't pay much attention to what Tyson Fury says, to be honest. I don't. We've spent so much time interviewing Tyson now. He says something today. He'll say Tyson will tell you something today, one thing, and tomorrow will tell you something else. Okay, so Bellew versus Kessler. How do you work that one out, man? Kessler's not fighting until next year. Oh dear. All I know, yeah, but forget Tyson Fury and calling out people. Listen, I want Tyson to get his license back in good shape. And the only time I'm going to take Tyson Fury and what he says seriously is when he loses that weight and he's in fighting shape. Other than that, I don't hear what Tyson Fury's got to say. I'm not interested. Tyson just trying to keep his name relevant in tabloids. That's the idea. That's it. Thank you very much, Mark Graham. That's what it is. I told you what I think of Tyson Fury already. Until he comes back, until he's fit, in shape, got his license, I don't hear no more about Tyson Fury. And I'd rather you not talk to me about Tyson Fury, to be honest, because it's all myth and legend until he comes back. Okay? Myth and legend. All right? Myth and legend. That's it. Now, what's going on? What's going to happen to Ingram? What's going to happen, Ingram, if Vince off? Who fits the bill? If the event gets called off, well, I don't know what to say. That's not my problem. It's not my problem. It's the promoter's problem. It's Matchman's problem. It's Haye's problem. You seem to have gone off Tyson. This is into a lot of Peter, I think. No, I've not gone off Tyson. No. It's not. I'm not gone off Tyson. I just don't. The talking, and the actions. I said before, Tyson, just keep quiet. Get yourself in the gym, get yourself in shape, and ready for next year. Get your license back, and then do all the talking. That's how it's done. Talk, video talk, video talk. Nothing's happening. So I'm not interested. So I don't think the Dillian Whyte fight will happen. He will demand too much money. I think, oh, come on now, Shoaib, don't be silly. Don't be silly. I don't think so. I don't think so. They both got the same promoter, right? So where'd you get that idea from? They both got the same promoter. It's not like he's having to deal with a rival promoter in Heyman, right? He's not having to do a rival promoter. Dillian Whyte's not a world champion. What the hell are you talking about? See, this is the sort of thing I don't understand. Dillian Whyte is not a world champion. He's what, WBC international champion. A good fight for Tony Bellew. If he won the WBC silver title, then he gets himself in line to fight #1 contender to fight for what's his name? Deontay Wilder. A great fight. Dillian Whyte, Tony Bellew. Yeah, Dillian Whyte's calling. Fight Tony Bellew. That's it. Final eliminator. That's how you do it. Pay-per-view event. Final eliminator for the heavyweight championship of the world. Bellew, Whyte. There you go. No way Hearn's going to want to refund all those tickets. Whyte versus Bellew in December makes sense. Totally. Yes, I agree. Tyson needs to go quiet for 2-3 months, then get himself in shape. That's it. I don't want to hear nothing about Tyson. I'm not interested. I don't care. I'll tell him to his face. I don't care. I'll tell him to his face. I've told him things to his face already. I don't care. I don't hear about Tyson Fury. Anything I'm hear about Tyson Fury? You're in shape. Have you got your license? Yes. Are you in shape? Yes. When's the fight date? Yes. Let's do an interview. That's when I want to talk to Tyson Fury. Bellew versus Charles Martin. Winner fights the notorious Dave Allen. Mate, I'm sorry. You're just annoying me now. I really am. I'm sorry. Bye. I want to have decent conversations with people. Just fed up with the troll shit. So I've lost my patience with trolls. So I just get in a room. If somebody talks shit, I just block them. I want to have logical conversations. I want to be able to have conversations with people that can stimulate my mind, not this crap. So I think Bellew versus Whyte is a good fight for the WBC silver title, and the winner fights Deontay Wilder. Who would you much rather fight? Big Bay Miller or Tony Bellew? Historically, Whyte doesn't do well against guys who are lighter. Cruiserweights doesn't look great against them. I ask because let's be honest, Joyce Bellew struggled to get more than 20,000 pay-per-view buys, let alone 20,000 in the arena. Whyte is perfect replacement, but Whyte will beat Bellew, and then Haye Bellew 2 is off. Who gives a shit about David Haye? Call 2917 2971. Who gives a shit about David Haye at this point? I don't give a shit about David Haye, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah, but what would you rather see? Bellew versus Deontay Wilder for the heavyweight champion of the world? Or would you rather see Bellew versus over the hill David Haye? Come on. Really? Really? I can't believe you who's pretty logical and make a lot of sense, call 2971, would even come and make a statement like that. Who the hell wants to see David Haye versus Tony Bellew 2 after this crap? Really? If this injured, he's finished. David Haye's finished. Let's see some fresh shit. Sky gives a shit about rematches, I think. Really? Yeah, so because you really want to see Burns versus Collar too, don't you? Why is the fight off? Well, according to the report, bicep injury. I heard the story David Haye was skipping and he got injured. The story that's come out now is that he was on a stair lift. Both stories are bullshit. I think it's to do with the Achilles. He hasn't recovered from the Achilles. Hearn is a ripper with StubHub crap. Does anyone speak out against this ripping off of fans? It's discussing it that the working man should pay $300 for a ticket with face value of 75. I heard the other day that regarding that StubHub situation, that there was somebody, 2 people in North London houses got raided regarding the StubHub situation. Yeah, and the police are making investigations about StubHub at the moment. So check that story out. Very interesting story regarding StubHub. Yeah, but what more can I say? Is there anything else I can talk about? Check out our interviews with Caleb Truex, who's fighting James DeGale. Check out our interview with Eric Sockland, who's meant to be fighting Rocky Fielding on the Haye Bellew card, but obviously that's cancelled. That fight's cancelled now. So whether Sockland still's going to fight, I won't know. It's not off. It's postponed, which means no refunds. Same old earn. Yeah, good point there. Who's injured? Haye or Bellew? Who do you think is injured? There will be more tension on the Billy Joe fight now. Of course, the fight is off because Haye is a clown. Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Please do not come on here and repeat. Would you buy StubHub? No, yeah, I would not. Please do not come on a media outlet, which is BWTM, and tell me about other media. We tell you the truth. Don't come and don't bring any propaganda shit on this channel, please. Organ Fitness says, Dillian Whyte at Dillian Whyte. Let's not let the boxing fans down, Eddie Hearn. I will fight Bellew, Tony Bellew in December and beat him up even without a proper training camp. There you go. Well, Dillian Whyte's already making his excuses about having a proper training camp. But he's at a proper training camp and he looked terrible. Yesterday, Great Mason, thank you so much. Yeah, of course, don't forget our heavyweight talk yesterday as well with Chris Mason and Bo Bland. They should do Whyte versus Bellew first, then winner take on Haye. No. I think if you do that, what the problem is, Haye could break down again and you lose out on a promotion. Do Whyte versus Bellew and the winner fights Deontay Wilder for the heavyweight championship of the world. Shame that Fury is going to give Sinking Hearn a lifeline. I hope he doesn't. I really hope he doesn't go and sign with Hearn. Hearn still accepts them as a sponsor. He would send his nan on holiday in Syria for the right money, secondary market shite. Yeah, well, it is what it is. I didn't say that. You know, I don't know what to say now. I really don't. Yeah, I think that's about it. I will Whyte is poo. Wilder will smash him. Oh, you're really intelligent. Bellew ain't fighting no one at a month's notice. He's half retired as it is, says Keith Lamb. All right, if you say so. Billy. Oh, how can he be half retired? I mean, he's going to be fighting on December 16th. That's shit talk there. There's nothing wrong with him fighting Dillian Whyte. Does he still want to get paid, doesn't he? Man, you chat some shit, Keith Lamb. Billy Joe beats Lemieux, and what a man going out there. Proper man. Can't wait for Billy Joe to hammer Eubank. Well, listen, there's no guarantees in boxing. Bellew should retire. Really think Bellew should retire. The guy really thinks he's a heavyweight. He's not. That's why the Dillian Whyte fights has to happen. Tyson is siding with Hearn. No. Oh, I hope he's not. I hope Tyson doesn't sign with Eddie Hearn. I really do, because Eddie Hearn doesn't give a shit about Tyson Fury. But you know how that happens. You know how that happens. The only way I see that happening is if Eddie Hearn has promised Tyson to get his license back. Yeah, he's fighting a walking injury, not a fit heavyweight. There's my point. So let him fight flipping Dillian Whyte. Billy Joe is a one great boxer. So happy for him to be with Dominic Ingle. Well, we'll see how good that relationship works out when he fights somebody who actually is ready to put hands on him, and like Willie Monroe. So yeah. Anybody else want to talk about quickly before I shut this stuff down? I'm just, once again, I've said it, I called it, and you all laughed at me, and I'd say, if you're not a ticket seller, I have a market, he doesn't give a shit about you. That's my point. Dillian Whyte should leave and go to Frank Warren. I've said it 1,000 times. Leave, go to Frank Warren and leave your trainer, Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte, if you're listening to this, I love you, man. From one brother to another, leave your flipping trainer and go with Frank Warren. You'll have a manager, a promoter that will look after you. Do you think we'll see the Haye Faker 5.0 return, Dave, in 2018? It's a comedy channel. What do you expect? BB91. Chris Eubank Jr. will beat Billy Joe Saunders and stop him in 7-8 rounds this time. He's a machine now. Right. Thanks for talking to me about that. Why are you talking about that when we're talking about Haye Bellew too? What the hell's that got to do with anything? Next to pull out of a big fight will be Eubank Jr. We can't pull out of this fight. Keep calm, box on. He would get better paid on BT now. I agree. Keep calm, good box on. Good to see you. And my other brother in the room from Amsterdam. I'm so happy to see you. Hope you're well. Where is my friend? I see you early on, but somebody said some real statement that really peed me off, so I had to. Dillian Whyte will eat belly for brekkie. Really? Yeah. Keep calm and box on. Be careful. I have a nightbot in the room, basically, that monitors the room and moderates the room to ensure that people don't shout in the room, or people use cap locks or use negative words. If Fury went with BT, he could make the Joshua fight in 2019 without her taking a cup. Agreed. Agreed. Fury should fight Joshua in 2019, not in 2018. Don't care what anybody says. 2019, get 3 fights under your belt, stay unbeaten, get yourself in great shape, be ready for Joshua in 2019. As if Joshua isn't beaten by then. I hope if Haye ever fights again, I hope he comes back to fight AJ and gets knocked out cold. I would like to see him get knocked out cold now. I would. And that'll be the end of the Haye train. He really would. But as long as Haye's still around, then, you know, it's... Anybody got anything else to say before I shut this down? Because I think I've basically said what I've got to say. Like I said, I predicted the Haye injury. There's no surprise there. Rushed back way too soon. Tyson and Eddie secretly love one another. I don't know about that bit, but maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe they do. Right. Yeah, Haye Bellew press conference would be amazing. I think it'd be really good. I think it'd be really funny. I think it'd be really funny. I think it would pay-per-view fight. Let me just change the title of this video as well. I'm going to change the video to Haye. I want to change the video to Haye versus Bellew is off. BWTM suggests Dillian Whyte versus Tony Bellew. I've just changed the title of that. Here you go. Just change the title to that. So I'll make it interesting. Just change the title. So people can title to that. So Tyson needs to lay off to Charlie if he's going to get back in the ring. Girls for sex in your city. Check out my profile for link. Leona, thank you so much for that. It's very nice. I'm not going to block you for that. And there might be some single men in the room that may be looking for some opportunities. You should try and get Dillian Whyte on the channel, Ingram. Work fun. Forget Haye, bring in big prices, the battle of the Merseyside. Oh dear. Ingram, have a nice day, brother. You too, brother. You get on. Adam Scott, could listen to you all day. Great work. Well, some people can, some people can't. Is there anything else anybody's got to say before I disappear? Thank you, Shoaib. I will check profile for research. My profile. You started worrying me, Adam Scott. Yeah, so I think I'm out of here now. I think I've said my point, said my piece. I've just changed the title to David Haye versus Tony Bellew is off. Let Dillian Whyte face Tony Bellew. I carry power. Right, I'm out of here. David Haye versus Tony Bellew. Let Dillian Whyte face. Simple as that. See you all later. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments. And Leona, much love to you. You're doing many men a great service, many single men. I'm out of here. Take care.